Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Last night, the United States Senate accomplished something really remarkable. After years of work, dozens of hearings, and an open process, we passed an historic overhaul of the nation's tax code. It'll deliver real relief to families and small businesses all across our country. We passed tax reform to spur the economy, to encourage job creation and grow economic opportunity, to bring jobs and investment home, and to put more money into the pockets of hardworking men and women that we represent. We voted to repeal Obamacare's individual mandate tax so that low and middle income families are not forced to purchase something they either don't want or can't afford. And we voted to responsibly develop more of Alaska's oil and gas potential, strengthening our economy and our national security in the process. I'd like to commend my colleagues in the Senate for their work to pass these historic reforms and bring our tax code into the 21st century. I want to extend special thanks to Senate Finance Committee Chairman Orrin Hatch, a skilled legislator whose expertise was essential to shepherding this legislation through the challenging process while faced with complete and total obstruction. Thanks also to Chairman Mike Enzi for his assistance, and to Chairman Lisa Murkowski and Senator Dan Sullivan, who worked tirelessly to bring the people of Alaska a victory on energy exploration, for which they have been waiting for almost 40 years. I'm also grateful to the other Senate conferees, Senator Cornyn, Thune, Portman, Scott, and Toomey, who worked day and night to get this legislation across the finish line. And of course, in addition to Senator Hatch, his colleagues on the Senate Finance Committee deserve our gratitude as well. Senators Burr, Cassidy, Crapo, Grassley, Heller, Isaacson, and Roberts. This could not have happened without all of them. Of course, a great deal of credit goes to President Trump and Vice President Pence and their dedication to the White House team. Their efforts were absolutely essential to the process. And we're proud to have worked together to deliver on a key part of the President's agenda. And it goes without saying that tax reform would have been impossible without Speaker Ryan, Chairman Brady, and the members of the House who share our commitment to make taxes lower, simpler, and fairer. I'm proud to call them my colleagues. When the final version of this historic law passes the House later today, it will await the President's signature. Then families and small businesses, like so many in my home state of Kentucky, can begin to enjoy the benefits. Our constituents called out for relief from the Obama economy, and Congress delivered. Now, on a different matter, the Senate's work this week is not finished. Before Friday, Congress must agree on funding to sustain the necessary operations of the federal government. I know that all our colleagues on both sides of the aisle want to keep the government funded and attend to a number of other urgent priorities. I'm confident we can work together to do just that. Americans are counting on us, after all. To begin with, our men and women in uniform are counting on us to provide them the resources they require to fulfill their missions and keep the country safe. The burden of the Budget Control Act has fallen disproportionately on our all-volunteer military. Under that law, defense cuts have outpaced non-defense cuts by $85 billion since fiscal 2013. At the same time, the previous administration insisted that new defense spending be matched equally by new non-defense spending, notwithstanding the actual needs of our military. This week, let's dispense with the arbitrary standard, as we did earlier this year, and provide our warfighters with the funding they need to accomplish the task that we put before them. Americans whose premiums are soaring or whose coverage is in jeopardy because of the failures of Obamacare are counting on us to take bipartisan steps toward stabilizing health insurance markets. The parents of 9 million children enrolled in Children's Health Insurance Program are counting on us to renew the program's funding. Our country's law enforcement professionals are counting on us to renew an important foreign intelligence program that helps them defend the homeland from those who wish us harm. Veterans are counting on us to renew the popular Veterans Choice Program and preserve their flexibility to access care outside the VA system. And just as we've done in the past, we need to pass a routine pay-go waiver to avoid a draconian sequester that none of my colleagues want to see take effect. Americans are counting on us not to inflict harmful cuts on Medicare and other essential operations. So I look forward to working together in the coming days to fund our government in a manner that does right by the American people.